and welcome to this week's edition of Community Watch on Metro TV. With me, Gabriel, ni Obodai Tobo Ashon Pausono. I am within East Dadekotopong. It's a community behind the International Trade Fair Center, well known as Addo. And we are here together with the Member of Parliament, Honorable Rita Na Odole Soa, and also residents of the Burma Valley Association. They are not too happy about a development that has occurred overnight. The destruction or cutting of trees within this neighborhood, and the trees which have been planted several years back have just been taken down, and they feel that this isn't the best. So first, let's hear from the Resident Association, after which the Member of Parliament will also be sharing some thoughts about it. It is here to improve the environment. Just this week, we've been told that the air quality in Accra or even across Ghana isn't the best, and trees are meant to help improve the conditions of the atmosphere. So if we would have the few trees around being cut down, it becomes a cause for worry. So without much ado, let's join the residents to hear their concerns about this development. Then we also listen to the Member of Parliament.
We are here regarding the trees that we've planted here. This is Burma Valley Association in collaboration with LADMA. That was about 8 years ago. We planted trees along the road from the beginning and then to the end of somewhere around Goy filling station. We planted trees about 2,500, and then some died. Then we came back, planted another 1,000. Then we did another 500. For years now, it's been 8 years or more. The trees have grown beautifully. Sometimes we do prune them ourselves, but some years ago I saw ECG cutting down them, and I spoke to the director of Tashi District that if they have anything to do with the trees, they should tell us. We will do it ourselves. But obviously it has been changed. So the new one that came in, we have no idea. All of a sudden, a neighbor called me, we came around. Then we saw that they've cut down all the trees, not even trim it. It wasn't pruning or anything. They just cut it down. And 2 years ago or a year ago, the Ghana Green Agenda, we also started it again from Ladma to the Zenith College to Labadi Beach. We revisited the trees, replanted them just to make sure that we have green Ghana. And we did that. People were using it for shade. When you want to board a car, you can stand underneath the tree, enjoy the breeze and everything. It's for the health reason we did this, not only the beauty. But then if you go right now, everywhere, they've cut down the trees. Even the palm, the royal palm that is dwarf, they've even cut it. So there's no sense in it for us to use our money to do this. This was our own pocket money. And then people would just send people who have no knowledge of how to trim trees and cut them down. It's really painful. I was crying because I know how hard we work for this. Getting up early, planting them, watering them, trimming them. He used to be the assemblyman. I will call him. We've pruned the trees. Go and pack them. Odola used to be the MC. We push her to make sure that all the road were clear for us to do this. And if you look at the work that we've done, and this has happened to it, it's really painful. That's why we are here this morning. We want to ask, why is Ghana doing this to ourselves? Because the pollution now, you can see, we are all suffering. So I really want, not only this area, but the whole Ghana, if ECG wants to do their work, this is not how they're supposed to go about it. They need to talk to the people. They can trim it, but they don't need to cut it down, because this will not help anyone. It's going to shorten our lives. We planted the trees to help us to grow, but today, look at it. So tomorrow what? You will tell somebody to go and plant trees. Nobody will do that because they don't see the essence of it. But we are doing it for our own benefits. And I don't know if people appreciate it, but we need to know this. For me, not just in this area, but the entire Ghana needs to know that this is wrong. We need to stop this. We need to, you need to appreciate trees because they really help us to breathe in good air. So right now, as we are here, we just want the ECG people to buy our trees and come and plant it for us. We don't want the small one because these have taken 8 years. You can see the palm tree over there. It's more than 8 years ago. So we just want the big ones. They should come and replace it. That's all we are looking for. We are not looking for anything. We don't want money from them. Maybe the authorities can ask them to do more for the area. That's fine. But we want them to replace it for us. That's all we are asking for.
So how many has the ECG destroyed in this area?
So far, the ones that we almost have 50. Yeah. And they were really serving a purpose. If you come here, they were using as a shade. People were standing as to like a bus stop. From the Senate to the Assembly, and it's amazing that the Assembly is here. They could have gone there and asked them permission to do this. And they will call us. We always prune our trees because we really like to see the area look good and enjoy the fresh air. Because, you know, it doesn't rain in this area. We need more trees in this area to help us. Okay. But with this, we are not going to enjoy the rain. You see, institution doesn't work well in Ghana. But this should have been from ECG to LADMA, and LADMA could have taken and informed Parks and Gardens because they know what they are doing. They are the real people, you know, the correct people to cut down the trees. They will prune it, and they know how to prune trees. So you see, it's not working. You can't tell people, you know how many people, I mean, people who lived in their comfort zone, they have to get up 6 o'clock in the morning to come and plant this, and people cut it off. It's a hard work. Financial loss to the states because the taxpayer money will go into this and it will be wasted with a few years to come. So I think if government really wants to do this, they need to sit up, make sure there's a law against anybody who cuts trees. Like the people who own the shop that they cut one of them, then another person will come and cut. We have to have a law that will prevent people doing this. When they see that you are punishing them, nobody will do this. Even the ECG people, they won't do this. They will ask permission to do certain things. And what pains me is we inform ECG before planting these trees. I invited them, come and have a look where we are planting, the trees that we are planting. They gave us go ahead. So it's not something that we did out of the blue. I like to do things proper way. So everything that we did it according to law. We just didn't get up to plant the trees. So it's really painful to see that they have destroyed everything. That's really painful.
The Member of Parliament for Lada Addo Kotopong is very concerned about this issue, particular about it because a few years back she was the municipal chief executive, and it was during her time, as we've learned or as we've gathered, that these trees were nursed. So to hear that they have all of a sudden been cut down has become a grave source of worry for her. So let's get closer to her to then hear her concerns too.
Hey, has Madam Linda seen this thing? What is this that the people have done? Why have they cut the trees? And I was with some of my friends, they were like, I said, we planted these trees. They didn't just grow, we nurtured them. And so it was so sad to see the trees come down because government has spent money to be doing tree planting. And so if we have taken it upon ourselves, myself and then the Residents Association, to plant these trees and nurture them after all these years, and then we see them, I said, if they are doing trimming, that's not the way to go about it. And so I'm not happy about it. I don't know who cut them. I was about to go to the assembly when Madam Linda sent me the pictures as well, and we discussed it, and we decided to meet here to talk about it. That whoever cut these trees has destroyed lives. Because when you look at the royal palm, those ones are even very short ones. So it was like they were trying to uproot the trees from here. And this is this space here, it's government land, so it doesn't belong to anybody. So I think together with the Residents Association, we'll meet the authorities and then make sure that the right things will be done. And if anything, you are coming to do something, they have an association. Why I worked hand in hand with them, so why don't you inform the association? We want to trim the trees, we want to cut the trees, at least so that everybody will be in the know and offer the necessary advice. You go along the stretch, we planted trees there and they have not been cut. So why did they cut these ones? This one, the way you see it, is not an individual who came to cut it. I'm sure it's an organization or something. I haven't done my investigations. I'll do that to make sure we know the right people who cut it. And then we let them know the harm they have done to the society. We've spent millions of Ghana cedis doing tree planting. In Parliament, when there's tree planting, you have to go to your constituency to make sure you join. And so all MPs are aware of the need for tree planting. And so we'll put it across to make sure that things like this are not done in future.
I'm Emmanuel Natekwamo, the former assembly member for this community. We've found out to know those who came to destroy the trees. We call it destruction, and we got to know that the diocese have come from the ECG. So we fought, and Madam told us that he authorized them to come and do that. But we realized they didn't do it as he directed them to do. As you can see, this is destruction. They just came to destroy. We are saying that we are expecting them to do the streaming as we have been doing annually. But look at what it is. They cut everything down. And what we need now is replacement. We are expecting them to plant back the trees they've cut, just to create a pity for the community. That is what we are going for.
Okay, so what did you agree with them on going forward? Was there any resolution as to the way forward?
No, they said they will come back to us. So we give them 1 week, to come, to us, and let's see Jojo and see how best we can regrow the trees back again. What we know, when the tree touches the high tension, it's no good. We all know. But that is why every year, annually, we do the trimming ourselves. We trim the trees ourselves, and we clean the place. But look at this one. It's cutting. Destruction. They just destroy the trees. They didn't trim it. And that is our worry. So they said we give them 1 week to come to us, and we sit down and see how best we can go back and then get back the trees planted again. So that is how we are now.
So I have to rush with one of my neighbors and the coordinator to go and stop them along the road for them to leave, because look at what they've done. They've also left the rubbish for us. So it's the Teshi district that we know that sent, I don't know if it's from the head office, but the Teshi district was in charge. And I've spoken to one lady that was in charge sending those people. I think they gave the contract to one Marshall company to do the trimming, and he himself was not part of the people. So the boys that were doing it, they don't know what they were doing. Probably they were high, because this is not a work of somebody who has knowledge of what he's doing.
Since you are reported, have they given you
No.
what they are going to do with this mess?
They haven't contacted us back. We were hoping that, we've told them that they have to come and replace it. So we were hoping that they will call us and sit down and say, okay, we are going to do this or that, but we haven't heard from them. Since Friday. Our lawyers are going to write to them, and from there then we take it and see where it goes. Within a week, we need to get an answer.
Within a week?
Yeah, because it took them a day to destroy this. This is 8 years' work, but it took them 1 day to destroy this.
So within a week, you want them to bring you?
No, they should contact us, tell us their plan.
Yeah, what they're going to do.
What they're going to do. How long, when, that's what we want. Because we want people to see that this is not right. So anybody who is going to cut the rest of the trees, they should know that this is wrong. They're supposed to even arrest them, because this is not right. LADMA is aware. We've informed them, but obviously, you see, we are so passionate about this, so we are here. But I was hoping that they would take care of this issue and solve it for us. But obviously, because usually, when somebody cuts one, I will send the coordinator, take a letter to LADMA, let them come and arrest the person, let them pay for what they've done. because we spend money to do it. But when we do, there's no results, nothing. So we can see that, you see, somebody will have the passion for certain things, others will not. People obviously will not care because, you know, Ghana, we take things for granted. So if we can put the law and then force it, that will really, really help all of us to achieve what we want for Ghana, green Ghana, then we can achieve it. But if we don't do that, you know, our children coming, I don't know what kind of air they are going to breathe in Ghana. Because people like to cut down trees for charcoal, fire. So if we keep on doing this, then this is what we are going to face in future. Burma Valley Association, I'm the chairman. My name is Mrs. Linda Stepper.
We've reached out to the Electricity Company of Ghana. We understand that officers that came up for this operation were from the Lekma area, behind the Lekma hospital. So we reached out to them and they mentioned to us that currently they are all busy, and as a result they will respond to our request for an interview sometime soon. We shall meet up with them and then keep you updated. But before we end today's program, we've rather heard some good news coming through, which then later on would also be a follow-up edition here on Community Watch. Few months back, we came your way with a reportage on a dilapidated bridge at Teshi Demo within the Lejokuku municipality, where residents risk their lives to cross from a neighborhood to the other. So the visuals you are seeing now were what the situation was at the time of our visit. Following our expose, the Municipal Chief Executive, Honorable Mordecai Kwashi, responded and mentioned that they were going to reconstruct the bridge for the residents. And the news we've had just now, well, we went there together with the MC. He invited us over where he cut sod for the project to start. And today we've picked up information that the work or the project is steadily progressing, and we've received some images to that effect. So these are the images showing that indeed work is currently ongoing. And so we shall follow up. We shall visit the grounds to see the progress of work or bring you a first-hand information. On Community Watch, we get results. So continue watching, and if you have some challenges too, you can share with us. Also, not just challenges, but if there are some positive developments within your communities, please invite us over. Let's highlight them so that others could emulate in order for us to create better communities together. My name is Gabriel Ni Obodai Togbo Ashon, and I have done this together with Rosemary Pokwa Agiba, Joshua Tawi Adom, and Joseph Frimpong. Thanks for watching.